Stop what you're doing. Okay, listen to me. The year is 2025. If you're still hiring a social media agency the way you did in 2020, you've already lost. The game is about speed. It's about volume. It's about relevance at the pace of culture, not at the pace of your quarterly board meeting. Picking the right partner isn't just a line item in your marketing budget. It is the single most important decision that will dictate whether your brand sinks or swims in the digital ocean. The platforms are faster. The algorithms are smarter. Consumer attention is the only currency that matters. You can't afford to get this wrong. The right agency is an extension of your own ambition. Alright, let's simplify the creative game. Too many brands get lost in a sea of abstract concepts and buzzwords. In 2025, there are really only two core creative mindsets you need to understand. I call them the red and green strategies. This isn't about colors. It's about intent. It's about deciding whether you're going to shout or build. Your brand, your product, and your goals will dictate which path you take, and any agency worth JJ's salt should be able to execute both. Don't let them sell you some proprietary nonsense. It all boils down to this. The red strategy is about attack. It's loud, it's fast, and it's built to grab attention right now. Think bold visuals, jarring cuts, in-your-face text. Hooks that punch you in the face in the first 3 seconds. This is the strategy for high-volume, quick turnaround content designed for immediate reaction. It's perfect for direct-to-consumer products, flash sales, brands that need to cut through the noise with sheer force. You're testing dozens of creative variations a week, looking for jargon wins that you can scale with ad spend. The red strategy is a numbers game. It's a high-octane sprint, not a marathon. The green strategy is the opposite. It's about cultivating trust and building a long-term relationship. This is the slow burn. It's calm, it's educational, and it's rooted in storytelling and brand values. Think longer videos, softer aesthetics, content that provides genuine value without asking for the sale immediately. This works wonders for service-based businesses, luxury goods, B2B, any brand where the customer journey is long and requires a foundation of credibility. You're not making 50 videos a week here. You're making fewer, higher quality pieces designed to build an audience that sticks with you for the long haul. Here's the key. A great agency doesn't just pick one and stick with it. They understand your brand and your goals, and they recommend the right starting point. More importantly, they have the capability to test both. Maybe your brand needs a green foundation of trust-building content, with occasional red-style campaigns to drive short-term sales. The best agencies aren't dogmatic, they are pragmatic. They use this framework to bring clarity to the creative process and match the execution to the business objective. Ask them flat out, are you proposing a red or green strategy for us, and why? Their answer will tell you everything. Hiring an agency based on their pitch deck is like marrying someone after one date. It's a recipe for disaster. Get under the hood, vet them with a process that reveals JJ's true capabilities, not just sales skills. This starts with you. Before you speak to an agency, lock your primary goal. Is it sales? Is it leads? Is it brand awareness? Be specific. 200 qualified leads per month via Instagram is a goal. Grow my social is a wish. Clarity is your first filter. Next, dive into their team. Don't talk only to the slick salesperson. Demand the people who'll work on your account. Who's the strategist? Who's the copywriter? Who's the video editor? Who runs the ads? I want names, faces, and experience. If they refuse, that's a red flag. Sold by the A team, serviced by the C team. Non-negotiable. Grill their process and tech stack. How do they go from idea to live post? Walk me through content workflow, briefing to reporting. What tools for project management? What tools for analytics? What tools for social listening? Fumble this and they're disorganized. A modern agency has a tech-enabled, transparent process. Hio Yol. Ask reporting cadence and dashboard access. Monthly PDF reports? Run. Expect real-time or at least weekly data. Finally, test business acumen. Do they ask about customer lifetime value, profit margins, sales cycle? If they only talk likes and follows, dinosaur. A true partner QSOs to understand your business model so marketing aligns with financial goals. Case studies are where the rubber meets the road, but most agencies present them as vanity metrics. We got this client 1 million views, so what? Did those views turn into dollars? When you ask for case studies, you need to dig deeper. Demand to see work from a client that is similar to you. in industry, in size, and in goals. And don't just accept the glossy one-page summary. Ask for the story. What was the problem? What was the hypothesis? What was the strategy, red or green? What were the actual business results? For a platform like YouTube, this is even more critical. YouTube is not TikTok, it's not Instagram Reels, it's a long-form, search-based beast, and it requires a completely different skill set. Don't let an agency tell you they do YouTube if all they do is chop up your TV commercial into a 15-second pre-roll ad. That's not a strategy. Ask for specific examples of long-form, 8+ minute videos they have produced for clients. Ask them to show you the 16:9 videos they've scripted, shot, and edited from scratch. This is a craft, and you need to see if they've mastered it. Ask for the back-end analytics. I want to see the audience retention graphs. Where are people dropping off? I want to see the click-through rates on their thumbnails. A good agency knows how to structure a video to keep viewers engaged past the first minute. A great thumbnail is a science and an art. If they can't show you data-backed proof that their thumbnails convert clicks, they don't truly understand YouTube. Ask them about their SEO strategy for titles, descriptions, and tags. Show me a YouTube video that failed, and tell me what you learned from it. An agency that is honest about their failures and can articulate the lessons learned is an agency that is truly testing and learning. That's who you want. Ask them, how would you integrate ads and chapters into an 8-minute video to maximize both viewer experience and monetization? Their answer will reveal their depth of platform-specific knowledge. Don't be impressed by sizzle reels. Demand to see the steak, and then demand to see the data on how well it's sold. Results are the only thing that talks. Let's talk about money. This is where business gets emotional and makes mistakes. You can't look at an agency's fee as a cost. You have to look at it as an investment. Understand the potential return. The cheapest agency is almost always the most expensive in the long run. 0 results. The most expensive agency isn't automatically the best either. Find the sweet spot of value. Play Moneyball with your marketing budget. Buy wins, not just services. Understand the pricing models. Know what you're actually paying for. Monthly retainer? What deliverables and man-hours does it cover? Project-based fee? What if scope changes? Performance-based model? Be crystal clear. Is performance leads, sales, or clicks? Demand a detailed line-item proposal. Ambiguity in pricing is a giant red flag. Ask this. Based on this budget, what's realistic in 3 months and 6 months? A good agency gives a conservative, data-informed projection. With this budget, aim for ROAS 2-to-1 in the first quarter as we test, scaling to ROAS 4-to-1 by the end of quarter 2. A bad agency makes wild promises. We'll make you go viral. We'll double your sales overnight. Run from those people. Don't just compare monthly fees. Create a scorecard. Compare proposed strategy, quality of their team, case study results, projected KPIs. Agency A, $8,000 a month. Projects 2.8 CAC ROAS. Agency B, $12,000 a month. Dayton proven track record. Projects 4 DAC ROAS. Agency B is the better investment, period. Stop being cheap, start being smart. Your goal, make money with your marketing, not just save on fees. Focus on the return, not the cost. As you go through this process, your gut will tell you a lot, but you need to back up that gut feeling with a clear-eyed view of the warning signs and the positive indicators. These are the red flags and green lights that will help you separate the agencies that talk a good game from the ones that actually play it. Pay close attention, because these details can save you months of frustration and tens of thousands of dollars. The signals are always there if you know what to look for. Let's start with the red flags. The biggest one is a lack of strategy. If an agency jumps straight to talking about how many posts they'll make for you without first asking deep questions about your business goals, they are a content factory, not a strategic partner. Another huge red flag is vagueness. Vague case studies without hard numbers, vague pricing, vague timelines. Vagueness is a cloak for incompetence. Also, beware of any agency that guarantees results, especially going viral. Nobody can guarantee that. It's a lie, plain and simple. The number one green light is curiosity. An agency that spends the first meeting asking you questions instead of just talking about themselves is a keeper. They are trying to understand your business, your customer, and your challenges. Another huge green light is transparency. Open about their pricing. Happy to introduce you to the entire team. Willing to show you successful campaigns. Willing to show you unsuccessful campaigns. Look for an agency that pushes back. A true partner won't just say yes to all your ideas. If you suggest something they know won't work, they should have the courage to challenge you and explain why. This isn't arrogance, it's expertise. Finally, a major green light is a bias toward action. They should be talking about setting up a 90-day test or a small pilot project to prove their value quickly. They aren't trying to lock you into a long-term contract before they've delivered a single result. We've covered a lot of ground. It's time to bring it all home. Make a decision. Choosing the right agency in 2025 isn't complicated if you follow the playbook. Discipline, process, ask the tough questions, trade emotion for a scorecard, focus on tangible business-driving results. Don't get paralyzed by the choice. Get empowered by the process. You have the tools now. Execute the final play. Get the right team on the field for your brand. Before you sign anything, run through this final checklist. 1 crystal clear, measurable goal. Red or green creative strategy. At least 2 relevant case studies with real numbers. YouTube skills, 16.9 long form. Transparent line item price and scope. 1 to 3 month test project. 3 to 5 key KPIs defined. If any are no, pause. My recommendation, trust, but verify. Trust your gut about the team's passion. Verify everything. Verify case studies. Verify process. Verify expertise. Use a small paid pilot project, a 90-day sprint with a clear objective and a modest budget. It forces the agency to show, not just tell. It minimizes risk and gives a real-world taste of working together. The right agency acts like a true partner. They celebrate your wins. They own their losses and learn. They're obsessed with your data and constantly optimizing. They have creative horsepower to move at social speed. And the strategic wisdom to tie it back to business goals. Use this guide, follow the steps, make a smart, data-informed decision. Now stop reading and go find the agency that's going to help you win. The speed of the game waits for no one. Let's get to work.